Hello and welcome to Lumination News. My name is ARIEL Jones. Today we will be talking about the 50th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the March on Washington. Today we have two special guests with us. We have Miss Sylvia and we have Mr. Barry Scott here with us. Thank you so much for coming, both of you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. First of all, the country is celebrating the 50th anniversary of a historical moment in time. The March on Washington and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech. What does that mean to either of you?
Well, for me, it feels like a staunch reminder of where we came from and how far we still have yet to go. And looking back on the march, looking back on the things that were said in the I Have a Dream speech, there's so many amazing calls to action in that. And I think some of them we have truly taken the charge of that, and others we've kind of become complacent. I think that as a people, we have so many more opportunities because of the sacrifices that these men and women made, black or white, in our stead to make this future better. But at the same time, I think in some aspects we've lost momentum in really realizing that dream and what they set out to do, and how to collectively make this a better community, not just for our black kids or just our white kids, but from everyone who is here to work more cohesively to make this community that we call our world a better place.
For me personally, being born colored, and recognizing Martin King as that voice for people who had no voice, and now we live in a time, 50 years removed from the speech, where we know that Martin King, dead 45 years, has been dead longer than he was alive. And the way he captured us, saying, "I have a dream," was really a metaphor and an idea for a plan of action, really, that we see now. Most of the things that King talked about in the dream speech have come to pass, but somehow we're, as a nation and as a world looking on, as a majority, we still are not satisfied. There's still this tonality of doubt and cynicism, and it's reflected in how we react to racial charged issues like the Trayvon Martin. So 50 years gives us an opportunity to really have a dialogue and talk about what has transpired from 1963 to the present, all the social political activity and the tonality of the American dream. So I'm overwhelmed because I was alive when he made that speech, a child, 8 years old, and hearing that speech and feeling hope. And I still feel hope. The words are filled with hope. And I thank God that someone like a Martin King was born, and that we're sitting here today, 50 years later, talking about his dream.
Mr. Scott, you've portrayed Dr. Martin Luther King for over how many years?
Well, I started reciting the speeches of King right after the assassination in 1968. I always would mouth the words right after that. My father was a school teacher. He brought a film home one day and showed it to us, and it impacted me.